Hi, I'm Annie. My passion has always been the hospitality and entertainment industry. The industry is full of flavor and just bursting with opportunities. I've always been fascinated by the idea of entrepreneurship, but I don't think most people even realize how much work it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. Overall, a word is just a word, and what a person does is more meaningful. In this show, we'll discover the most important entrepreneurial key success factors. Sometimes life isn't all rainbows and sunshine. You fight for the things you deserve, for the things which has been made for you only. A man famous for his chiseled good looks, great physique, and also a magnet for photoshoots. Today's guest is Peter Davis, the hot guy with a dash of spice. Let's take a little dip into the life of the man of many talents. Welcome, Peter. It's a pleasure to have you on the program today.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We are now at Chinichita, a restaurant and bar located in Bukit Jalil. They offer a unique quality, local-driven menu in a heartwarming atmosphere. We would like to thank the management for providing us the venue. Peter, I brought a bottle of my regular French wine to enjoy with you today. I hope you like it. This is a Moulin de Gassac Bruges. It's of the Languedoc region in southern France. It's a fruity, light and easy to drink wine.
Awesome.
I hope you like it.
I'm sure I will. Cheers.
Let's take a few more sips before I start picking your brain. I had a few glasses before this.
I can see why. Very nice.
It helps me to relax. In front of a veteran, I'm a little stressed.
No, don't be.
Okay, Peter, you have achieved what many men out there would love to have. How did you do it? I am intrigued. Really, you started as a model, you moved on to become an actor, and then MMA fighter.
Well, actually, it's a lot of hobbies all rolled into one, and it comes from circumstance. So actually I used to work in finance in the UK, and when the job disappeared, I moved out to Asia on a whim to do some modeling. And when I get into something and I enjoy it, I go full force. So I started out modeling and I thought, okay, fine, let's see where this takes me. And I got to the point where I was really enjoying my work, doing fashion shows, photo shoots, TV commercials, and it was very interesting. It took me to lots of different places that I'd never normally get to go to, and I decided to stick at it full time and push forward and travel around.
But it's a big change, right? From finance background to modeling.
It is, but I mean, some people dream of doing it. I didn't really dream about doing it, but I landed into it and I continued to push forward. I changed the way that I was, because I was very like BMX skater sort of look, and then I changed into sort of a more modelly sort of look. It took a while, but that's what you do, you change and adapt to the situation.
Okay, so with that said, how would you describe yourself in 5 words?
In 5 words, easygoing, but stressed at the same time. Adrenaline junkie. Okay, those kind of 2 words. And I'll give you one more. It's confident.
Confident. Yeah, you need that. You really need that to become a model, an actor. But why MMA fighter?
Well, actually, I was doing mixed martial arts back in the UK whilst I was working in finance. So I was working through finance during the week, so doing non-conforming mortgages, and I was handing out advice during the week and punches during the weekends. So a weekend warrior. And after moving out to Asia,
it's more like your interest. It's more like a
indeed.
Not really looking to.
It's not a job, not something that you'd normally think about doing full time. And I didn't think about doing it full time either. But since I was already doing movies, doing modeling at the time, I thought before I get too old, I'd love to jump back into a sport that I did previously, which was the mixed martial arts bouts. And along came one championship back in 2012 with their inaugural show down in Singapore, and I signed up for it. My friend actually put my name forward, and the rest is history.
But have you been training all this while?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So I'd already been training for about 6 years at the time.
Oh.
And yeah, I was confident with my ability, but I wanted to see if I still had it when I jumped back into the cage at 30 years old. So I was at 29 or 30 when I had my...
Is there an age limit for... No.
No age limit.
Oh, okay.
Just a weight limit for each different category.
Okay.
So you can fight at whatever weight you like, but you'll be fighting or competing against someone of the same weight category.
Okay, I see. I see. Okay, right. Do you get used to being a celebrity? Because from finance background, you jump into modeling.
I take things as they come. Essentially, I don't really look to be famous. However,
that wasn't the intention, in the first place. Yeah, correct.
Correct, but
okay.
it comes with the territory. But I mean, so doing modeling, you don't necessarily become very famous unless you become really, really good at doing it, and a lot of big fashion houses take you on board. But by doing movies as well, and some TV dramas and commercials, I became more recognised. I wouldn't say I'm famous, but I'm definitely known. Yeah, especially at that point, I was known, not famous. But then what I did by jumping into the mixed martial arts bouts was become a household name, more for sports, because sports gives you a lot of exposure.
True.
I didn't really realise at the time, but luckily me tying up with one championship meant that I got a lot of exposure whilst I was doing my mixed martial arts bouts. There of course is a large risk involved, but I kind of weighed up the pros and cons before getting into it. And as I said, I wanted to see if I still had it at around 29 or 30, and I thought modelling won't last forever. I've already pretty much peaked at my modelling.
But from modelling, how did you get into acting?
Well,
because most of the time, most of the models, they say in modelling, they don't jump into movies.
Well, nowadays with social media, a lot of people blur the lines. So doing social media and doing videos on social media, some people feel like it's acting, but if you become more popular, then a lot of people in the production line will see you and take you on board to put you in their production, their movie. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a good actor, but you're popular and you'll sell. For me, I got a very lucky break. I was already doing TV commercials, and I personally thought that meant that I could do acting. And I had some clue about being in front of the camera, which is great.
But it's not as easy as it looks, right?
No, it's not. Having dialogue, having lines, having to bounce off, whoever you're acting with on screen, it's tricky. But as I said, I got a very lucky break with my first movie director, Yo Jin Han. So we did Sell Out back in 2008, 2009. So I'd been modelling for a year and a half, thereabouts, and I'd already travelled quite far. And a year and a half in any career, you think you've got quite a good grasp on it. So I transitioned into doing the acting, and it blew me away by how different it was to do a good job and to do it, to do the acting well was very different to acting for a commercial. So instead of just movements and doing like a one-liner, you have to interact, you have to feel the character, get into it. But my movie director, Jin Han, kind of held my hand through that situation. And so I've got him to thank for giving me acting classes on the go. So he really helped me become who I am today with regards to acting.
Okay, right, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dr. Suwinsi here. You're watching D&D channel.
I'm William Ng. You are now watching D&D channel. Hi, I'm Ringo Kao. Now you're watching D&D channel.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lorraine. You are now watching D&T channel.
Wow, the management has been very kind in ordering us some food, so let's try.
Sure. Looks good.
Yeah, they offer a local menu here, so let's try. The bihun looks good though.
Does look good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, after a few glasses of wine, I'm sort of hungry.
Of course.
A little spicy, not bad.
You're right. The spice catches up.
Yeah, it's a little spicy, yeah.
Perfect.
But you're 50% Malaysian, you should be able to take spicy food, right?
No problem. Love it. Really love it.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay. Any plans for the future?
Of course, there are also plans for the future. As I said, I'm an easygoing kind of guy. See how things go. But I'm going to play the cards that I've been dealt. And on top of that, I'm going to try and turn them a little bit in my favor. I have some ideas for passive income businesses, and I'm going to be doing that as well as doing acting. I'll be continuing to compete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, teaching my martial arts classes, and I'll be doing more cycling for sure.
Right. Okay. So any plans to retire early? No.
It kind of feels.
What age do you plan to retire?
For me, if you're talking about career, I don't really think I'm going to retire. I don't really have that idea in my mind. I'm enjoying what I do too much to want to quit it.
Yeah, but in terms of acting, there's no retirement age, right?
There's no
because
retirement
you can act
age,
as you age. Yeah.
Indeed, you just change and act as a different character. And if you watch any of your favourite sort of actors on Netflix, you just see that they just keep on doing different roles.
True.
It's no problem.
But what about MMA?
MMA, there's no specific retirement age. It's just when you feel maybe you should stop. So yeah, mid-40s is a good time to stop. I know that people like Randy Couture, I think he was like 40 years old when he won the championship belt, and I thought, okay, well that's a good age. You know, he's beating people 20 years old, but now I'm approaching my 40s. I'm like, wow, actually that's not so bad. I'm in better shape now than I was when I was 20. So actually, right now I feel good. So no plans to stop anytime soon.
But with acting and the fights, but that's a risk there, right? That's a big risk. So how do you juggle between both?
Well, the thing is, you have to see what is more beneficial for you. Sometimes if you do the mixed martial arts bouts, it can boost your popularity and even brand you in a way that will allow you to get more acting roles. But you have to be careful because it's very high risk. If you get injured, if you get a broken jaw, you wouldn't be able to deliver your lines, and that sort of thing can happen. I know I've broken bits of my skull and can't feel half my face right now. So,
but how long does it take for you to recover?
Sometimes you will never recover. You have permanent damage. I have some of that now, but it is what it is. Move on, and the older you get, the more comfortable with that you are. So use it.
But is there any way to prevent, when you're in fights, is there any way that, extra precautions you take?
Just be much better than the other guy. That's the only way. Because in mixed martial arts, you can get hit with a crazy shot, something lucky, a glancing blow, and just get knocked out. So you never know. You never know.
Okay, what about modeling? Are you continuing with that?
Well, I do modeling, but generally as me. So I do things more as an ambassador now. I do TV commercials outside of Malaysia. I don't really do commercials in Malaysia because over here I do a commercial as Peter Davis. So yeah, it's just a bit different. Things have changed, but you know, play the cards as you get them. You know, you don't know what's going to happen, so yeah, just keep going.
Right, but with the pandemic now, how does it affect you? Does it affect you in any way at all?
Of course, of course. You know, work is much slower now, but I mean, we're having this interview, which is great. There is social media nowadays, which is a great outlet. You know, things like YouTube. Online is where a lot of different businesses have moved. So it's affected people in the social media industry a lot, but it's actually kind of helped them in a way, because it's become a great platform to sell on.
In fact, we are very far behind for Malaysia.
Yes.
In fact, we are very far behind. And thanks to this pandemic, I would say that, you know,
It's kind of boosted.
Yeah, correct.
Indeed.
In fact, it forced everyone, you know, all the businesses to go online.
There was no other way. So yes,
True,
online
true.
has been the biggest platform of, you know, recent months.
Right, okay. So professionally, what's your goal?
Well, I'd love to do more acting. The problem is, in Malaysia, acting roles in English are few and far between. I've managed to land a few main roles as the lead actor or co-lead, co-main, but those roles don't just pop up every week. So you generally have to see what the production's like, who else is in the production, and if you're more of a caliphate, if you're one of the extras.
Oh, you know the word.
Of course, yeah. If you know that the main actors are very good or they're very popular, maybe just say, yeah, okay, sure, I can work with this, and then own your screen time. So I'd love to do more acting. I'd like to do acting projects all the time. Like I'd love to be on Netflix all the time. Like you see a lot of the LA-based actors just on Netflix continuously. I'd love to do that, but it's about having a platform to do it on. We'll have to see what happens.
When you landed your first acting job, you started, you got the lead actor straight away? Or
Straight away.
Oh, my.
Yes. Actually, I've always been kind of forefront, not in the background. I've been spoilt by that. Even in commercials, I was always the main actor or the main commercial talent. So being a supporting role, it's not really what I'm about, but there are different markets with regards to acting. So you got the Indian,
But you
Malay,
started with the supporting roles first? No, or straight away?
Straight into main with commercials.
Okay, right.
Straight into main with regards to acting. So yeah, I mean, but there are different types of production. You've got Indian, Malay, and Chinese productions. So in a Malay production, I'm not going to be the main. I'm going to be a featured actor, and generally that's going to be the same in Indian movies, in Chinese movies as well. I'll be supporting main cast. Whereas if it's an English role, I can be the main because I can take hold of that role. So it's just a bit tricky in Malaysia because of the different languages.
True. Okay, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Roger Hugh and you're now watching the D&D channel.
Hi everybody, I'm Catchy. You are now watching D&D channel.
Hi, I'm Alex Before.
Hi, I'm Alex Chong.
You are now watching D&D channel.
Hi, I'm Peter Davis. You're watching D&D channel.
Welcome back. Right, Pete, how many languages do you speak?
Well, English, the only one that matters.
Only English?
Yes.
Right,
well,
but I mean, how do you act in different movies, different dramas in Malaysia?
Well, if there are roles that require me to speak in Bahasa Melayu, I mean, so boleh cakap sikit, boleh faham. But yeah, I'll just learn the dialogue as it's written, and I hope that my fellow actors will have their dialogue memorized how it's written, and I'll be able to bounce back and forward. But yeah, that doesn't always happen. A lot of actors like to ad-lib, and when they ad-lib, yeah, I get a bit lost.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I only speak English really, and the reason being is because everyone speaks English to me to learn English better, and then I have just been stuck speaking English and not learning any languages like I don't know, Mandarin or a dialect like Cantonese.
But after so many years in Malaysia, you didn't pick up?
Of course, I picked up a little bit. More Sektang, Susu.
Oh, okay, yeah, here you go.
So,
what about Mandarin and any other dialects like
Kai,
Hokkien?
Idian.
Oh, see,
Hokkien.
yeah. No, not at all.
Okay.
You should go and live in Penang sometime.
Yeah,
then
maybe
you
I'll go
pick up
have some
Hokkien.
more char kway teow.
Oh, you
pick up
char
some
kway teow
Hokkien.
Penang asal hamsa,
Yeah.
yes. Okay,
Yes.
that would be good. Right. Okay. Have you ever imagined if you're not in this industry, what would you be doing?
I've often wondered what I'd be doing, and in all honesty, I really don't know. But I'm kind of a driven kind of guy, and I believe, although I'm relaxed and laid back, like I said, kind of driven, I believe I'd be in a sort of managerial position in whatever career I chose to be in. Yeah,
That'd be so boring, right?
it would be a bit boring. It'd be high stress because I'd be working for other people all the time. Right now, I have the luxury of working for myself, picking and choosing what I like to do. So which projects I say yes to. So I'm very, very lucky to be in the position I'm in now. And if I wasn't, yeah, I'd find a way to kind of get on a track where I don't have to work for someone else. I always come up with entrepreneurial ideas, and yeah, I've got one right now which I think is gonna be quite solid. So maybe I'd just be doing that idea and concept as opposed to doing what I'm doing now.
Right. Okay. So what do you do in your spare time besides cycling? Going to the gym.
You know, I enjoy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I do Jiu-Jitsu. I'll be entering some more Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments soon, hopefully after the COVID-19 pandemic has cleared up a little bit. Of course, cycling, yes. I'll
You should be the
continue to do that.
outdoorsy type, right?
Very much
Do
so.
you like jungle trekking or the kind of thing,
No,
the
it's a bit
mountain
slow.
climbing? No?
A little bit slow, a bit more adrenaline based, so I'll be out drifting cars.
Wow, okay,
yeah.
that's
So
interesting.
love cars, that's another thing. Love computer games as well, but more of the old computer games. Yeah, no, I'd be doing a bit of racing. If I have the funds to join competitions, I'll be doing some drift competitions towards the end of this year. And yeah, just all sorts of things. Whatever
So
is
you're
fun.
the guy that is into cars.
Yes, I'm into wasting all my money on car parts, yes.
Okay, do you like traveling?
I do like to travel, but only traveling for a specific reason. There's an event happening in Thailand. I'll go to Thailand. I won't just go to Thailand for a holiday. It doesn't make sense. A holiday for me is just to stay at home and relax, have nowhere to be. That's a holiday.
That's a holiday
Yes.
for you, but
So
a
the
holiday
MCO
right.
was an amazing holiday.
Okay.
Yeah, traveling is good. It's nice to see things, but if I were to go on a holiday to Taiwan, for example, I'd go on a cycling holiday and cycle all
yes,
the way
correct.
around it.
Yeah.
That
I
kind
would
of
love
thing.
to do that. Correct.
It'd be fantastic. Maybe next year I'll do that too.
Okay. That is if the borders are open.
Yes,
correct,
indeed.
Correct.
If not, I'd travel to Redang or other diving spots because I've got a diving
you like
license.
diving? Oh, you got diving
I
license.
do have a diving license. I enjoy it, but I travel to go diving as opposed to just travel somewhere to sit on the beach. So I'd sit on the beach, sip on margaritas and then go diving at the same time. An activity holiday for me, for sure.
Okay, right. Because you are 50% Malaysian, half Malaysian. So you have originated, I would say, from East Malaysia side. So have you been to what you call Sipadan, the diving sport? One of the famous. No,
I've heard it's very good. I heard it's the nicest place.
Correct.
I've only dived on the west coast.
West Coast, okay, but you should go. You should go. It's
try.
different, very much different. Really,
Yeah,
really.
I'll try it out.
Where have you dived?
Tioman Island.
But out of Malaysia, any other place?
Nowhere. No. It hasn't gripped me as hard as cycling. So I'd rather go cycling than diving at the moment. But it's not to say that in the future I wouldn't like to do more diving. Right now I'm just more focused on cycling.
Okay, right. Cycling. So, do you join any of the what do you call
Competitions
Yes, correct,
and so on and so forth. Actually, I cycle more for fun. But yes, I'll enter more competitions soon. I got a new bicycle from Pink Bike in SS2, so it's like a BMC time machine. And the first day I had it, I entered the OCBC. I did a competition the first day of having my bike, but that's the last competition I did.
Right. Okay. Any intention to do that professionally? No?
Professionally, no. Semi-professionally, sort of. For my sponsors, I definitely do more cycling.
Okay, that requires a lot of stamina as well, right?
Yes.
So it's a good form of exercise for you as well.
It's fantastic. Yes, I love to do the cycling and the cardio. Base cycling, so uphill rides to prepare for.
That one would kill me.
It is. It's an absolute killer.
Correct.
But it really helps me prepare mentally and physically for my mixed martial arts bouts or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments.
Okay, right. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Hello， 大家好，我是德光，你们现在正在收看的是 D&D Channel。Cheers。
Hi, I'm Ian Ong. You are now watching D&D Channel.
大家好，我係潘秀燕，潘秀芝，我係呂愛瓊姑。You're watching D&D Channel。
Welcome back. Peter, how do you balance your work and private life?
Well, my work life is pretty much most of the time, but it's so enjoyable for the most part that family and everything just come along for the ride. So
Because you enjoy what you do, so
Yeah.
it's part of your life.
it's not so hard actually. I just continue to do that and make time when I have to. It's just quite easy.
Correct. You just have to balance out the time and
Yes.
things like that. Enough time to rest, to
Yeah.
prepare yourself. What would you like remembered about you?
Well, there are many things that I do, but I'd like to be remembered by the different people that I've touched in the different areas. So like in cycling, oh, he was a fast cyclist. As a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, oh, he was a good practitioner. Martial arts, oh, he was a good fighter. Driving, like so car stuff. Oh, he was really into motorsports. He was good at driving.
Not remembered by your good looks?
No,
Not
it's
at all?
it's all the things I enjoy. So, the things that I enjoy, I generally do better. And, I hope that people in those respective fields remember me as being good at that particular sport or activity.
I see. Okay. Right. What advice do you have for kids who want to be actors or actresses?
Well, if you're
I bet
young,
a lot of the younger generation dream. They dream to be an actor or actress.
sometimes you need that special something to become an actor or an actress. And to be honest with you, if I look at myself when I was 10 years old, 16 years old, 20 years old, there's no way, no hope that I'd be an actor. So I'm a late bloomer. But if you're a kid and you fancy getting into it, if you've got, or you think you've got something natural to you that would allow you to act, then yeah, pursue it. find an actor that you enjoy watching, try and mimic them, do what they do, watch them through several different movies, see what they can give you in different characters, and then take that experience that you've gained and get yourself to an acting academy, something like Infinity Academy. They help children get out of their shell and act, and then they'll teach you how to be an actor on stage, be an actor on camera, wherever. So get to a good school.
Yeah, but if you go to a drama school or something, then it'll be like more of a stage drama, right?
Sometimes.
But it's a different.
It's
thing.
a very different thing.
Yes, correct. Because it's stage drama. Because when you go into a drama school, it all started from stage drama.
Yes.
But when you come facing a camera, it's totally different.
Correct. It's totally different.
Yeah.
So, for example, like stage drama is very out there. You must be seen visually and with your movements from the back of the hall. So it's very elaborate. Whereas when you're on, a big screen in the cinema and you're acting in front of a camera, a small movement like this can cross in front of the camera. And although if you're on a stage, you want to see that. If it's on camera, you just want small, subtle movements. You don't need to talk loudly because there are microphones. So you can just keep to yourself and act.
Correct, because in movies on set you have this effects and things like that comes into play, whereas stage drama is totally
It's
different.
just
Nothing.
you.
Yeah, it's just
lighting,
you. Yes,
sound
correct,
effects, and so
correct.
on. So I'd liken it to if you're driving. It's the same thing. You're driving a car, but you're driving a Formula One car on tarmac. So you're trying to get around the course in the fastest possible time, hitting apexes, versus doing rally car driving. So you're hitting apexes, but you're sideways on gravel, sliding around. So it's two very different ways of doing the same thing.
Right. Okay. So, what's the best piece of advice you've been given?
The best piece of advice I've been given? I don't really know. There are so many bits of information I'm given all the time. And I tend to, if I think it's good for me, take it on board. So the best piece of advice I've been given, think about what you're saying next, and think about how other people will perceive it. I think is a good piece of advice I was given. I don't know who gave it to me. Maybe no one gave it to me, but I'm giving it to you now. So yeah, it's and I think that comes from an acting point of view, or if you're emceeing to a big audience, think about what you're going to say next, deliver it slowly, cleanly, and concisely.
Right. Okay. Don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. When you believe, remember, you can achieve. And Peter, my thanks and appreciation.
Thank you very much. Okay,
my
we'll do it from a
God,
distance.
I'm sorry, we can cut this all right. Thank you for watching Be Our Guest. I'll see you in the next episode.